David, huge 3 points.
Massive 3 points, Alex. I don't think people will maybe fully appreciate the magnitude of today's performance and today's victory. I don't think that there was any doubt that we were, the better side for large parts of the game. But the reality was you've got to be able to put the ball in the back of the net, and we squandered a number of chances. What was most pleasing today was the fact that it was a squad effort, because in our search for a goal, we took David and Kenneth off, David Parkhouse and Kenneth Kane. We put on Ryan and Ryan Wade and Paul McElroy. Sean had been booked and we didn't want to risk losing him, so we put Stephen McCulloch on. And what I can say to you is that sublime ball by Paul, great header by Stephen, and so we get the 3 points. We don't have that intervention from them, and it more than likely maybe ends up in a draw. So really delighted. Dungannon have been in superb form. They've been playing tremendously well. They've been scoring goals for fun. And on what was a difficult day with conditions and the playing surface, I thought we acquitted ourselves, as I say, quite well.
And it was a first start for two new loan signings, Sean O'Neill and Mal Smith. What did you make of their performance?
I thought Sean O'Neill was Sean O'Neill. The lovely thing about Sean is that, similar ilk to myself, in that you don't rest on your laurels. You're always looking to prove yourself again and again and again. And his hunger and his desire and his attitude, tremendous. He's infectious, and and we've got to mention the save that he made near the end. That'll not be picked up, I think, by any of the papers. He doesn't make that save and Dungannon score, and that's a point. So that intervention in itself was absolutely first class, and that was in the dying embers when he didn't have an awful lot to do. But Sean has been very good. Mal got his opportunity. Andrew McGrory is down and out with COVID at the moment, and we obviously had brought Mal in and on the promise that when opportunity would arise, we would give him opportunity, and I thought he acquitted himself very well today. And we only took him off at the end because we tried to change things in search for the victory. So very pleased with both boys and for both boys.
And Stephen McCulloch, he doesn't score often, but he really stepped up this afternoon to get the winner.
Fantastic. I can't give Stephen and Paul enough praise. Other people would have maybe sulked or fallen out with themselves. I'm not expecting people to be happy when they're not selected, but I'm expecting people to act professionally and to think, okay, if I can't contribute from the start, how can I contribute when I come on? And the attitude of both players was first class, and absolutely delighted with them.
And we don't really like to keep going on about the state of the pitch, but does it have an impact, David, on the recovery of the players, etc.?
Alex, I'm not into hammering anybody, and obviously particularly the council. There's a big investment 4 years ago, and this is difficult, and I'm basically pleading with the council, can we try and get this right? The stadium itself is great. Please, God, going forward we get monies to be able to add the different stands, but this is the showpiece. This is the main place, and it was ridiculous today, because before the game today was nearly called off. The water that came down in such a short space of time. Now we've got to thank council, workmen, and particularly Big Glen, who was out there tirelessly trying to get the water away, but it was touch and go. Everything was back in terms of announcing teams and team talk and whatever else. So I'm pleading, I'm not hammering anybody, I'm just pleading them. Listen, we're trying to make a team and build a team that the town and the borough are proud of. I'm extremely proud, as is Brian, being here working at Ballymena, and all we would ask is that someone grasp the nettle and get the pitch sorted out.
And David, would you endorse a plastic pitch being played?
I'm of the older generation, Alex, and very traditional, but I've got to get to the point that if we can't get the grass pitch right, then we've got to look at the 4G. And it is not my preferred option, but we can't continue, with this situation. If we can get the grass right, then absolutely great, fantastic, because I would much prefer to play in grass. But if we're not going to get that right, then I'm pleading with the council that we say, right, let's get a 4G down here ASAP.
And just finally, David, a huge match on Tuesday night against Port Stewart, who I'm sure you'll not be taking lightly.
Tuesday night's massive, absolutely massive. You know, it's only now we're turning our minds to it, because today was, you know how I work, it's one game at a time, and I don't, you know, go away from that at all. Now all our focus is on Portstewart. We know that it's going to be a tough contest, of that there is no doubt. So we will have to make sure we prepare as we always do over the weekend, and be ready for what will be a very tough contest. Make no mistake, a tough contest on Tuesday night against Portstewart.